Alrighty, D. Rodriguez is indeed going to federal prison. This is the entity that's monitoring, and that was a harassment tactic and a battery that he committed. This is moments after the entity is engaged in criminal summoning by Michael Gherkin, the Ontario Fire Department. That sounds its sirens right here while they drive past me, and then the sirens stop. This is the entity that's targeting with the people of the state under what is the fake sun that I documented shining while D. Rodriguez engaged in surveillance here, engaged in what is a battery while they're monitoring it. D. Rodriguez is going to prison, and that is evidence of his mental illness, just like J. Chu and Rodriguez, just like C. Hazelwood and Owens, just like C. Torres and L. Martinez, B. Hook, and Nathan Morgan. The malice with which they're engaging, that's the relevant with regard to their mental illness. All they're doing is stalking me. And the entity is stalking by helicopter, doing so in the environment where the entity is covering up the fake sun that rises right here, where that agency is stalking me by helicopter day and night, and the entity is engaged in this while D. Rodriguez is going to prison for that iteration of the pattern of conduct because they're desperate for attention that they're not going to get. These demons are going to be dropping dead based on what is failed witchcraft with the people of the state, the demons that are engaged in surveillance with them. These are demons that engage in what is this ritualistic system, this practice of witchcraft, while they maintain a whole engineered environment of fake sun, which is demonic, this engineered light, which is demonic, where they're engaged in monitoring, which is done by demons. It's a population of them. These are the Nephilim, and that's the Nephilim that's stalking as an agency. D. Rodriguez is going to prison. Okay, this is ongoing confirmation of what was criminal conduct, exercising authority that you don't have under the law that you're incorrectly citing while I'm on public property on a bus bench. Okay, that's because the entity is desperate for attention that they're not going to get. They're going to prison, and so is Mike LORENZ. It's currently 9:40 a.m. That's the entity that's desperate, okay? That desperation, if you're listening to my podcast, I include this video in my podcast, I'll include it. This is the desperation. The desperation supersedes, which is mental illness, the desperation supersedes what is rational, reasonable conduct, because the substance of all of this is going in court. And they're going to prison. And that's where many of them will be dropping dead. Okay, this is the entity that's been engaged in what is sending death spirits that aren't touching me. Okay, spirits of mental illness, which is cursing them. It's not affecting me. Their mental illness is clear and evident while they're stalking with light stalking in planes and helicopters, engaging in all manner of stalking as a population. That mental illness is clear for the whole world to see. And not only that, they are summoning and fearful of death, which is coming for them, okay? Because they solicited demonic spirits to engage in what is death by demonic spirits. And this is the practice of witchcraft by the gang stalkers themselves. And their own witchcraft is going to come back and kill them and take their lives. And that's just the reality. This is the Nephilim that have served to essentially execute themselves. And in other words, also in court, they're stalking by helicopter. D. Rodriguez is going to prison. That's malice, and this is the same pattern of conduct they exhibited at 111 North Vineyard Avenue. You're stalking, engaged in criminal summoning, and the entity is stalking by helicopter at that Starbucks. The entity is engaged in what is stalking me as I come back to, this is last Sunday if you're paying attention, stalking me at the Ontario Town Square when you are engaged in that surveillance. Criminal summoning is an iteration with which the people of the state are going to prison as well, okay? This is P.O.C. This is the street where the entity is rising and setting the sun. The entity is going to prison. The operation of the heliport, the demon that's flying that helicopter, prison. This is P.O.C. It's 9:42 a.m.